welcome to another episode of My Mom's Recipe Box. I know you're excited to be here. I'm excited to be here, and the cameraman is definitely excited to be here. So today we have a special treat in store for you, and I will tell you that there were a couple things that happened in the background, or before we started filming, that I want to tell you about. The first thing is that we're making you a zucchini cake. And last year I started a garden for the first time, a vegetable garden, and I had zucchini coming out my eyeballs. I mean, we had so much zucchini last year, you can't even believe it. I made zucchini cake, chocolate cake, zucchini bread. I put zucchini in everything. I almost tried to sneak it into Mark's oatmeal, but he wasn't having it. So anyway, this year I had a garden. This is my second garden, and the zucchini, I got two right away that were kind of small. And then one day, just out of nowhere, this zucchini, I'm not kidding, it was like this big, popped up in the garden. And I mean, I needed to saw it off the plant, and I needed like 2 hands to carry it in, so it was enormous. But it was also it was mush inside because the zucchini plant had some problem in the root system. The whole thing dried. I didn't get a single edible zucchini out of that. So I went to the farmer's market and I bought zucchini because I had everything else I wanted for this cake. So we're going to make a zucchini cake today, and it's a really easy recipe, but getting ready for it is hell. Okay, there are so many ingredients in this cake. So I did all of it ahead of time, but I want to tell you it's worth it, but there are a lot of ingredients, okay? So what are they, you might want to know? Let's find out. Cameraman. I don't know if you can see all this, but we've got ginger, we've got orange, we've got zucchini, we've got sunflower seeds, we've got brown sugar, eggs, vanilla, of course, oil, flour, everything you need and baking powder, baking soda, salt. Yes. So we have everything we need right here because we have vanilla. What am I going to do to the oven, babe?
350.
Yes, I'm going to preheat the oven to 350. Okay, so let's get started. Hi, everybody. So let's get the wet ingredients started, okay? So we're starting with our wet ingredients, except for the zucchini that comes later. So what we're going to do is we're going to combine all these ingredients, and we're going to whisk the wet ingredients. So this is my whisk attachment, not using the paddle today. So the first thing I'm going to start with is a ½ cup of fresh squeezed orange juice. I will tell you guys, our house smells really good right now. And here we have 2 teaspoons of grated orange zest. This, it took me about 2 medium-sized oranges to get this much zest. And I don't know what happened to my zester. I had to use my microplaner. It works. It's just, it takes a little bit longer. So let's get all that in there. This smells amazing. Okay. If you don't have a zester, guys, I recommend you get one because adding a little citrus zest to dishes really wakes them up. So here we have a ½ cup of vegetable oil. It's going in there. And then the cameraman, Mark, his favorite ingredient in the whole world. That's about 2 tablespoons. Not that we measure, because we don't, but it's about 2 tablespoons of vanilla extract. And here is an ingredient that the cameraman's not crazy about, but it's 2 teaspoons, and I kept them small, of grated ginger. Okay, just 2 teaspoons, babe, not much. I know. You would have been happier if I accidentally spilled it on the floor. Okay, and the next thing we have going in the wet are 2 large eggs. And we put them in the bowl. Why? To make sure that we don't have any shells in here. Okay. And that's our egg. So now, with our wet ingredients, we're going to whisk them a little bit. smells good. The orange and the ginger together smell very, very good, you guys. Okay, now what I'm going to add here is 1 cup of brown sugar. This is light brown sugar, and it's lightly packed. Okay, this recipe is coming from the New York Times, but I'm editing it slightly. Okay, this is a little bit less sugar than the recipe called for. I don't think we need a lot of sugar. Because it's not going to be a super sweet cake. No frosting, no glaze. This is the kind of thing you can have in the morning with your coffee. Okay, let's get that whipped up. Now you don't have to use brown sugar in this recipe. You can use white sugar if you want. I just like the flavor of brown sugar better when I'm baking stuff. What do you think, babe? Yeah. Cameraman agrees. That's why we've been happy for so many decades. And when I say so many, I mean like 2. Okay, this is done. And now what we're going to do is we are going to add the dry ingredients. So I don't need my whisk anymore. So I'm going to take that off. And like a lot of people these days, I do not have a sifter. Okay, my mom used a sifter. I always thought I'm way too lazy to sift my dry ingredients. But I'll tell you, when we're making a cake like this, we don't want it to be lumpy and we don't want to overwork it. So I'm going to sift the dry ingredients in here because I want to get it combined with as little stirring, mixing as possible, okay? So that's the only reason we're doing it this way. So I'm going to take my baking powder, my baking soda, and my salt, and I'm going to dump it into my flour, just like that. And then I'm going to take this whole mixture and I'm going to put it in my strainer, okay? Because I don't have a sifter, but this is the same thing, guys. I'm just going to put this over my bowl, and I'm going to dump the dry ingredients in my sifter. Well, it's my sifter now, but it's normally my strainer. Normally for pasta, beans, things like that. So I'm just going to knock it through. And you can see what it's doing here, guys. It's going to keep these big lumps of flour from getting into our cake and making it lumpy. Okay, so we just move that back and forth until we get to there. These go away. And now what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to take a spatula and we're going to carefully incorporate the dry ingredients and the wet ingredients together, okay? I'm not going to beat it. I'm not going to kill it. I'm not going to whip it. I'm just stirring it, okay? I'm just working the flour and the soda and the baking powder, just working it all together into the batter. And there's my oven's ready to go. Okay, so we're just going to stir this. Okay. Put that in. Okay. I'm going to scrape the sides. What you're trying not to do when you're making a cake like this is you don't want to activate the gluten in the flour too much because it'll make your cake tough. Okay. So there we've got the flour worked in. And now what we're going to do is we're going to add a half a cup roasted sunflower seeds. And then we're going to add 1.5 cups of zucchini. This is about 2 medium to small zucchinis. I did peel them slightly and then I put them in the food processor. So when I tell you that I've dirtied just about everything in this house to make this cake, you know I'm telling you the truth. Okay, so we're just gonna work the zucchini and the sunflower seeds in here. They don't need to be beaten. Okay, there we go. So this batter is ready. And now we're gonna put it in a bun pan. And I have my bun pan here. It's a non-stick bun pan and I've buttered it. And I've buttered it pretty generously because I don't want this cake to stick. But you know what? If it sticks, it's not the end of the world. I've had things stick in bun pans before and I'm still here. Okay, so we're just gonna carefully put our cake batter in our bun pan. Okay. There we go. You can put it all in. It's a pretty loose batter. It's kind of wet. So you can put it all in one side of your bun pan and it's just gonna even itself out. You don't even have to worry about it. All you have to worry about is not getting batter everywhere in your kitchen. Okay, so there we go. We're all done with that. And I am going to put this in a 350-degree oven for about 45 to 50 minutes, okay? So we will come back and check it soon. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
It's taste test time. Our favorite time of every video. So here is our delicious orange ginger zucchini cake. I'll just show you. Came out perfectly. Just a little butter in the bun pan. Not just a little butter, a lot of butter. So let's see how it tastes. First of all, I can tell you that this thing smells unbelievable. Orange, ginger. Let's see how it tastes, okay? Cheers to that. Very orangey. Very tender. Very moist.
It's light. It's citrusy.
Citrusy?
Really good.
It is very good. It's got a really nice texture. I recommend it highly. There are a ton of different things in this cake, but it tastes fantastic. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to have a piece of this tomorrow morning for breakfast with my coffee, and it's going to be fabulous. So that's our show, guys. I hope you make this cake. Really easy to make.
Do it.
I think you're really going to like it.
Love it.
It travels well. It
kitchen to the dining room.
Kitchen to dining room, no problem at all.
No problem.
Easy to come out of the pan. And it's not crazy stuff.
Not crazy.
You know, you can find oranges. You can find ginger. You can find zucchini still.
Sure.
Yeah. Everybody's got some sugar in their cabinet. Maybe a little flour. Borrow an egg from that cute guy next door. What's not to like?
Sure.
I hope you subscribe.
Do it.
Hit that like button.
Share.
Hit that too. Share. And come back to my mom's recipe box. Right here.
See you soon.
See ya. Bye-bye.